Henry Yin. Chinese name is Yin Jixian. And I was just about your age, or even younger, when I first came to Silicon Valley from Taiwan, exactly 51 years and 1 month ago. It was April 1974. So don't try to guess how old I am. Well, certainly on behalf of Green Hop Group and TAcc Plus, I want to congratulate to every one of the 17 excellent startups from Taiwan. I was told that only a few days ago, you were elected or selected to be the top-notch startup over the world, right? It's a world-class winner. And you definitely deserve a big round of applause to yourself. Now, obviously, you are officially getting your first step into this country, the United States. But you know that it is the largest economic powerhouse in the world. And I'm sure this is what you are coming to this journey for this trip. Today, I'd like to share with you what we designed this whole afternoon to benefit your trip. Now, I realize that you have been overloaded for the last many days, and particularly at 1:45, you can feel kind of sleepy. That's perfect, all right. But unfortunately, if you miss any information or message, it's going to be yours, not mine. So therefore, I have to apologize. It's the only time we have a chance to gather all the experts in the Silicon Valley for your benefit. That's what we're trying to do now. Now, obviously, every one of you joining this delegation of this journey should thank to TAcc Plus, led by Dr. Gary Wong. Without his efforts and the many years plan, you're not going to have this, I call it, once-in-a-life opportunity. It's not really as easy as you think. So I always appreciate Dr. Gary Wong and many of his senior staffs. The several decades efforts that Dr. Gary Wong collected from the time he worked in the Silicon Valley to many years in Taiwan, come to this time, this is what TAcc is supposed to do, helping you get into Select USA, including today's program. Now, there's no question whenever we talk about those opportunities that you're dealing with, we always say that the challenge will come together with opportunity. I'm positive that every one of you, as the CEO or the founder of your business, you must have lots of questions in your mind, or to share with your co-founders later with the 5 Ws. We all know what the 5 Ws are, right? What, when, how, where, and who. This afternoon, we're not supposed to tell you everything in only 3 or 4.5 hours. And you are the genius of business you are part of, and nobody else has any chance to challenge your excellent ideas. So we're not going to tell you exactly what you should do, but instead we're going to offer you lots of experience, knowledge, networking, and different business culture, which happen to be different between here in the US and back to Taiwan or any other part of the world. And that is the part I'm sure that TAcc Plus has been designing for. They'll help you to custom yourself into this totally new environment. And that process and the challenge will start from today. So finally, I'd like to give you one more advice. That is, no matter how much you collect from today or yesterday morning, starting from San Francisco, even tomorrow morning or afternoon or later on, you as the business owner and entrepreneurs, you have ownership, and you can receive or collect all those information from me, from any others, but you got to make your own determination. Without your own determinations, nothing is going to happen to a business. No money will automatically come to you for nothing. No free knowledge or no free lunch. TAcc Plus or GTG or others are in the position to provide you with available resources, but we don't make decisions for you. So end of today's session, I'm going to come to every one of you and ask you one simple question. Are you ready? Or if not, I said, good. Give yourself another day, another month, but sooner or later, I'm sure Gary Wong, Dr. Wong, and others will say, if you don't make up your mind to get your business to US or others, then forget about it. No matter how great are your products. So that's what I will share with you from part of my heart. We are assisting you, but you have ownership and the determination. Within my last 51 years, I had 3 startup opportunities, and luckily I worked out 2. No matter how tough it was, even when I had only $500 US in 1985, I was laid off in 2 hours. And I figured out I have no choice but having my own business. But unfortunately, at that time, I didn't know Dr. Wong, and no VC, no any other systems. But I had one important factor, determination. So later on, I was lucky to develop that $500 business to multi-million dollars and last for 27 years until the market went back or went down 10 years ago. But today, GTG is another idea to provide resource to you. It's a non-profit organization. We're not supposed to make money. We want to support you because most of us came from Taiwan. And we feel that Taiwan has been part of our life. We treat you like our younger brothers and sisters. That's why we're so happy to be with you today. Every single key information that we're going to go through this afternoon, and the schedule is exactly what we're trying to cover. Now, there will be 2 major sessions after the introduction. And I normally can manage time quite well. So starting about, right now, exactly 10 minutes later, we'll start with introduction. Then we'll move on to general sessions featuring 5 keynote speakers. They are the experts from the field of AI, biotech, and clean energy. Then we will have an intermission for about 10 minutes, followed by a 85 minutes group session, when every one of your business will group and meet with the experts from our team. That's the time you can express your concern, interest, and question or issues. By the time at 5:45, we'll come back to this room and I will give you that question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Either you say yes or no, you'll go home anyway. But we'll determine if our team will continuously support you in future. Unless Dr. Wong will twist my arm. Say, Henry, you better do it. I'll still do it. Okay, so that's the schedule we're going to start. Let's start with introduction. Next one. Yes. First of all, it's definitely my honor to invite to the stage Dr. Wong, that for many years I've been very, very delighted and excited to be his partner. But anyway, without further ado, Dr. Wong.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to give a big thank you to GTG for organizing this fantastic event. I know it's not a small feat to bring together our Select USA teams from Taiwan and the experts and coaches here in Silicon Valley. Actually, I know Henry and his team has been working on this for months. And I even saw Kevin, I saw this on the camera, actually conducting team interviews in my Taipei office. Okay? So their commitment and their preparation truly laid a really strong groundwork for today's event. Okay? While our team have done well at this Select USA program, I mean, here in Silicon Valley, it's about more than just pitching. It's about building real business traction here. This is why we are especially thankful to GTG to help us to go to the next step. Fine-tuning our go-to-market strategy, developing partnership, and also getting it from the investors. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. For those of you I haven't had a chance to meet, I'm Gary Wang. I was formerly the president for 3Com and also served as the chairman for Monkey J Association here in Silicon Valley. Now I serve as the founder and the CEO for TAcc Plus. It stands for Taiwan Accelerator Plus. We are Taiwan's national accelerator dedicated to helping top startups expand globally. And especially with the strong focus on entering the US market. I'd like to take a kind of brief introduction of TAcc Plus. Can you go to the next slide? We have actually a 3-stage training or acceleration. And the first one is the create program. We help the startup to create a team, the business plan, the business model, and also create very clear value proposition. And the second phase we call hotel program. It's more like a normal accelerator. But we don't just do this acceleration to the success. We also, if the condition need us to do acceleration of failure, we will do it. Okay? And then the third stage called scale. Select USA is part of the scale program. And then we actually have other programs for the scale. And beyond these three stages, we have a group called Insights. This Insight group is proactively kind of seeking for all the emerging business opportunity. For example, starting from last August, we started to look at the Gen AI opportunities, impacts, those kind of stuff. And we know a lot about AI agent, what should be the business model, those kind of stuff. And that's kind of done by this Insights group. Okay, next page. And the framework for our training is based on this we call CDE. CDE stands for Customer Development Age. I adapted Steve Frank's customer development methodology and spent about a year to tailor it to best fit this unique needs for Taiwan entrepreneurs. And this framework actually provides a step-by-step guideline for entrepreneurs in Taiwan to follow, and then start from knowing nothing to go global. And how it works? So based on our achievement, we started in fall 2019, and we have a lot of kind of programs. But if you look at the chart there, the blue line and the orange line, you can see actually we have a scoring system. We will test our startup and see what kind of CD score they have. And you can see there's a high correlation between the CD score and the chance, the successful rate for the fundraising. But this year, we have been in this Select USA for 4 years, from 2022 and to 2025. And in one simple statement, we are the #1 in the world for 4 years. Okay, and this year we got one second place and two third place. But overall, when this year they have the top 8 across 4 industries, or actually across the 6 industries. Taiwan as a country, we got 9 spots, and under TAcc Plus, we got 7 spots. Okay. Okay, next one. Oh, okay. Again, thanks for GDG their help to put us together here, and we are here to learn to connect, and more importantly, to move to the next level together. Thank you.
Reasons we won't be able to introduce several other key players from TAcc Plus whom I've been working in the last many months. We'll have a chance to introduce you later on in the group sessions. All right, so moving along, the next one will be the GDGs. Well, on that monitor, I'd like to give you some quick introduction of what GDG is about. In fact, it was an idea after I joined the delegation to Beijing and Shanghai with our state governor, Governor Newsom, exactly October 2023. And in that trip, Governor Newsom was using the climate change as the major theme of his trip and made an ice-breaking with Xi Jinping and the China authority. After the trip, I was very motivated by Governor to be focused on green energy or green technology. With this idea, TAcc was founded exactly a year and 1 month ago in April. Our mission is the utmost choice of a one-stop advisory platform assisting green energy business, incorporating ESG ecosystems into the U.S. market, starting from California, which is supposed to be the capital of green energy. Now you can see that why exactly we're doing today is to fulfill this mission. Next one. And we have a vision. We will enable green energy business in the U.S. to benefit people worldwide in serving the earth and minimizing an energy outlay. Now you may be wondering that if your business happens to be biotech or AI related, you say, hey Henry, what would my business relate to this? Sooner or later you realize that you must be tied with the ESG systems, no matter what you do, where you do. Next one. We have a short-term goal. You can see from there, from the funding to the business readiness, government relationship, and others. Next one. And in long term, we are developing 500 or 400 acre green tech industrial park in 2 different locations in the state of California, plus the first green tech demo site in California or even in the US. And it's working right now. Next one. This chart will explain what TAcc is different from other, that we don't call ourselves a consulting firm. We are just a platform. We're not only providing what you and the other business normally need, that is marketing, but also the other key elements you will need once you step into the U.S. market, including government relations, policies, and of course, others you might need in this workshop. Next one. These are part of our, we call it advisory board. They are the top-notch leaders in the industry in the field of, again, green energy, AI, and the biotech. You have a printout in your folders. Now you will see their background and their accomplishments. I tell you, among all those, you look at details. Everyone has even PhD or MBA, except this guy. I don't have either one of those. So I always work under them, under their leadership. They just give me a good title. Now you are the founder, you are the chair, but I listen to their technical advices. Thank you. Is that all? Good. All right. All right, so next one, it will be my honor to introduce not necessarily everyone, because many of them are operating from Taiwan or China at only 5 a.m. their time. Okay, Dr. Kevin Chow in Beijing, Lin Zhong is also in Beijing, Kevin is in Taiwan, and you name it, okay? Every one of those happen to be so far away, but they are here with you. So now, with further ado, it's definitely my honor to introduce you my master, and also our chief advisor from Cancer Venture, Dr. Kenneth Fong.
Henry is the brother of another Yan. You know who that is? C.C. Yan. He's the younger brother, C.C. Yan. And I have known Henry for almost 30 years. And he's probably one of the most hardworking person devoted to actually bringing opportunity to California, and also between U.S. and Taiwan and U.S. and China. And you have not seen a person who has been so hardworking as Henry. So for all the projects that I know that he had got involved, sometimes he got the state of California or the governor himself involved. The governor knows him quite well. And so you cannot find a better qualified person to get this kind of enterprise between U.S. and Taiwan and China going forward. And I don't think that I have found another person who has been so dedicated and committed himself to doing this. And I'm a biomedical person since 1984. So many years ago that I couldn't remember how I got it started. So I'm actually very much into the biomedical area. I don't know much about AI, it's more or less for the younger folks. And I'm learning it myself. But you want to know something about biomedical enterprise, I'm the one you can come to. And anyway, that's all I want to say. I don't want to spend an hour just talking about him. You know, it's a lot of things you can actually learn from him. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you again. In the Silicon Valley, for those who happen to be in this field, if you don't have a chance to meet with Dr. Fong, just like I said earlier, it's your miss, not mine. He has been my master for many years. Even though I know nothing about biotech, but he is guiding me in many projects and serving you and other industry. So take advantage, as long as he's here only for a few minutes. Then after that, sorry about it. Please make an appointment with his secretary and assistant. That's Anthony. Hi, Anthony. Thank you.
He's in office.
Oh, he's in office. All right. Meetings. The first one is the AI committee, head by Zhong Ling, Chinese name is Lin Zhong, along with Jeff Chu, right here, Jeff, with your hands. Ping Wu, Ping is here, thank you. Alan Su is coming later, and Steve. Again, never underestimate, it's a small group. Zhong Ling is the chief scientist and engineer of AI and big data with a small company called IBM. And never underestimate this young guy, even younger than my son. I treat him just like my younger brother. All right? And I will not tell you which company you work with, but you talk about AI, here's the guy. Same as Ping, specialist in the multi-agent. So every single of them, you're going to have a chance to meet with for the whole this afternoon. But after tonight, after 6 o'clock, like I said earlier, please make an appointment and pay for more money. We talk about business, right? But anyway, before 6 o'clock, it's a break. Thank you. The next stage. Another group we call Biotech Committee, led by Kevin Chow, Dr. Chow, Dr. Daoming, Chu, Janice, and Carl. Janice with your hand. Yeah, Dr. Huang. the PhD from Taiwan Tsinghua Daxue. Carl, with your hands. Carl. Oh, right there. Again, look at his very short title. Again, these four, including Kevin, right here. Hi, Kevin. Kevin is our partner and co-founder. He has a PhD with a very small university called Yale. Major in chemistry. So with their background and professional experience, we are confident to provide you with the guidance, information, experience, and knowledge. Next one. Green Tech. We also have Ma Yue, Minzhou, Zhongguo, and Fengping. Let me see, anyone over here? Not yet. Likewise, they are just super knowledgeable in green energy. So these are only a portion of our team. Whatever other field, if you don't find enough information, come to me. I don't know those, but I'll find some as high level as Dr. Fong. And I'm very positive all those available resources just for you. Thank you. You have the detail in your folders. All those are free information for you, all right? Now, without further ado, the next one I would like to introduce a very few VIPs. Of course, every one of you is a very valuable person to us. But these four are very special. First one, who joined this program without my knowledge, but I was kind of surprised, and I was so excited. Ya Junzang. She's in high professional, but she's also one of our city council with City of Fremont. Congratulations. The next one, we have Ellen Chen Ailan. Yes. Well, she is the chief of economic department of Taiwan Culture, Economic and Culture Center in San Francisco. Thank you. And next one, I'd like to know if Maggie Liu is here. Maggie? Not here. All right. No problem. And how about Betty Xu? Okay, that's all right. I will introduce them to you. All right. So we are moving along to the next stage, the next program, which is 5 keynote speakers.
This is Kevin Chow calling in from Taipei. Yeah, sorry I could not be with you today, but I will do my best to share my thoughts with you. So could you put up the first slide, please? I couldn't see the first slide. So anyway, I can see it. I can do without a slide if you guys want to. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying today is all the new companies doing one thing. You know, it's just an analogy. It's like a seed or a tree. You are trying to make the best seed as possible. Okay. The main thing about the seed is the core technologies, the main part. So in order to illustrate my points, all the slides, I will bring up a story about 3 companies. First one is Intel. Everybody knows which company is Intel. And second company is called NVIDIA. and everybody knows now. And the third company is AMD. AMD, and 17 years ago, how do you rank these three companies? Of course, Intel is number one. And NVIDIA is just a small graphic, processing unit company. And third company is the AMD. It's the small brothers of Intel. And 17 years ago, my son graduated from the UC Berkeley EECS program. It's a double E and computer science. The first company he went to is NVIDIA. NVIDIA at that time is a small company, okay? Their stock is $2, $3 or to $10. So it's not that high, and as much as sometimes $20. People have to remember that's after 10 to 1. So it's essentially less than $1 today's stock price, okay? $1 or $2. So at that time, he worked for that company is working on the CPU and the GPU, their interface. Because at that time, NVIDIA started to work on the CPU part. And in the meantime, Intel is making a small improvements on their very expensive CPU at that time. And at the time, in the 90s, actually, Intel CPU is like hotcake because in short supply, people pay more for it. It's just like today's NVIDIA chips. If you can get a hold of it, people will pay any price for it, okay? So at that time, people just progressed. Then a few years later, my son got a call from the headhunters. AMD wanted him to go over there. So that essentially means that AMD started to do the graphic GPU to integrate with the GPU. So a few years later, Intel chips is no longer very, very competitive because the AMD come up with a product in the CPU areas actually a little bit faster than Intel. So Intel no longer monopoly the whole CPU market, and AMD coming up fast. But in the meantime, the GPU companies, the NVIDIA, work very well. Then start to have the CPU and GPU integrate together, work very well. But at that time, the GPU's market is just for the graphic cards. When people playing games, they install it on the computers with the GPU. But they are not limiting themselves. Okay? What they're trying to do is to imagine if you have CPU and GPU getting together, what can you do with it? The main breakthrough is when you can link graphic and language together. Okay? So, for instance, a cloud. You see a cloud in the sky and a cloud in the words. So when you can connect these two, so no information cannot interchange with each other. So that really makes the whole thing different. So any information, doesn't matter if it's a graphic, it's a language, a sentence, they can be all integrated together. What that means, so NVIDIA starts to think, okay, so what can you do with this? So what they think is, okay, so if you can put all the information together, then you have algorithms to learn from all those things. That become today's AI, okay? So at that time, nobody has this market. So nobody is interested in these chips. 10 years ago, if you want to buy the NVIDIA chips, very, very easy to get because nobody has it. Nobody has the usage. So they create this thing, they have their own operating system, and to promote those things. So that eventually is creating a new market. At that time, it was so narrow. So that come back to my point in there is, where's your market? Who needs it? Okay? So who are your competitors? and all those things. So those kind of things that, so NVIDIA actually created its own market. So you ask any company now, do they need these chips? Yes, everybody want it, okay? Everybody want an AI computing center. Why? Because with AI, you can change a lot of things. Today, you can ask anything about ChatGPT or any kind of platform you want. They can get all the information used to take 3 months or 3 years to concentrate and to analyze and to give you a conclusion. And today, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 2 minutes. Everything is on your hand. So every company will want to do something. They don't need so many staff to do the regular stuff. The regular stuff is done. So you see all the big companies start to lay off people. It's 20–30% of the people already. I estimate as much as maybe 60–70% in the future. So they only need 30% of people who can utilize the results of AI. So all the company now, you have to think, okay, where's your core technology? Is the core technology going to be replaced by AI? If it's going to be replaced by AI in the near future, I will say, stop. Don't do it, because you cannot survive. Once the AI advances to that, your area, you're done. And you don't have any market. So as the things progress, so you have to think, in 10 years, 15 years, what can you do? Then let's come back to Intel. We talked about Intel was a very big company. So what happened to them now? Because they didn't work on the GPU early on. Now they have some GPU division. But compared with CPU division, within the company, they don't think GPU is a big deal. So they don't work on that. They just keep improving the CPU. You look at it today, they almost, I don't know whether it's going to get into bankruptcy, but they're not making much money. Their stock is going down to the $17, $20 range. Okay? So that means your leader, your CEO, your top advisor has to have a vision. If you have a vision, your company is not going anywhere, even though you could be as good as today. Okay? Then, once we have the seed, so where are you going to plant it? That becomes a very, very important thing. So, just like a seed or a tree, you're going to plant in the desert, or on the cement, or on the green field with hot temperature, or it's a cold temperature. So you have to understand the environment you try to plant your seed. So this is very important. So you look at the things, where are you going to develop your market? Let's say you want to come to the United States. So do you know anything about the United States? So how people think? How do people in the South think? How do people in the North think? How do people in the East Coast think? How do people in California think? So you don't understand that. So you don't understand the environment. So if you want to plant a seed, this is very important. Okay? So when you come into our session today, our GTG outfit is planted in the United States for more than 50 years. Okay? All the experience that accumulated in 50 years knows what the United States is about and where you want to land it. How do you land it? How do you develop the market? And how do you grow your market? So that's where GTC comes from. Okay, so no matter how good you are today, the best you can say about yourself, it is you are a seed. It's not a tree yet, not a forest, okay, about this thing. So think about yourself. Try to improve yourself and find partners to grow your market, to grow bigger and grow stronger and last longer. That's the most important thing. You got to think 3 years, 5 years, 10 years later, where are you going to be? Are you going to be, to make money in 3 years and make all of your money? That'd be fine too. But it's very hard to make all the money in 3 years because in the beginning you got to invest a lot of money. Okay, that's what I was talking about in the slides. You need a nutrition in the seeds. You need money. Okay, so GTC also can help you in that front. So this is all my talk. Hopefully it helps you think about your own company and how do you grow your market and how do you land any place you want. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chow.
Any questions?
We just listened to.
I can take any questions you have.
All right, any particular question now? Each other.
So I'm going to talk about venture capital. So basically, the key thing for venture capital is theme and thesis. The theme is more like, guys, what's going on, what's a trend, etc. On the market. And the thesis is the one with a different firm. They might have different. Only these two things fits and match. There can be an investment event. So let's see. Let me figure out where can I change my. Let's see. Okay. So the VC investment process per se. In general, we talk about fundraising, investment management, and exit. And then in more detail, you can, so that's sort of a general flow with a VC firm. In Chinese, it's very simple. We learn this as a new program too. And then if you look at the detailed process, it's including like a deal sourcing. At Silicon Valley especially, it's very common. And then you have this internal screening. It's very rigorous. Due diligence, very rigorous. And terms of negotiation, very competitive. And then closing the deal, after the term sheet, eventually you get your money wired. So the deal is not closed until the money is wired into your account. So I always tell my friends, make sure you follow through everything until the check in your account. And then it's starting off your new journey. And mainly, I saw in my 25 years of experience, I saw a couple of this. Actually, it's like 8 or 10 cases. Is that negotiations, everything negotiated, but in the end, the closing is not that due to these and that reasons. Sometimes it's a macro environment. Sometimes there's, in a deep dive due diligence. Sometimes turn out in the last minute, so the deal not finally consummate. So anyway, so that lesson is basically, guys, you have to wait till the last minute. And then it's portfolio management, working together with your investment partners, eventually create value, every aspect. And then with the leverage, with the guidance of your investors, and also their associates, their professional helpers, CPAs, lawyers, iBanks, or IPO. And the inside of that is that is such, it's very important for the governance, especially from international companies. When you come to US, the VC money itself, it's not only money, but it's an endorsement endorsement comes with the US type of a governance, etc. It will be very helpful when you go IPO. The same is true, I think, locally in Taiwan. But I haven't done deals in Taiwan, but I have companies IPO'd in China and also Hong Kong. It's the same kind of situation. It's sort of like I told them it's a transfer or relay of the trust in hands. So the next slide, we're going to talk about what the VC look for in a startup. So for VC, so basically, each firm has their own thesis, and they have their own thesis, investment thesis in different sectors, according to the general market. So at the beginning, you have the like a LP kind of requirement, certain directions. You have a GP-LP agreement. You have a certain sector for directions, and after that, you form your own investment thesis in certain sectors. And in each sector and in each deal, they have a thesis for different firm. So that's a very interesting part when you seek for the money. And in general, they'll be looking at the team, the market, the product. Especially the product, you're looking, at least from my experience, basically, you look for some kind of a breakthrough technology or some kind of unique business model.
The agent and try to normalize the clean data for the training. Those things can make a little bit of progress, but fundamental, we cannot completely eliminate hallucination of the large language model. Okay, that's one of the from our technical point of view, it's a pretty serious problem. Okay? And so many companies working on that. So there's a next direction to solving that problem. We use the AI agent, okay, more automatic work, and change our training methodology, and then generate the better architecture. Okay. So this is one thing. Okay. We can see many people and many startup companies was working on that direction. So that probably the next couple of years we will see more and more AI agents with minimum hallucination type of rate, and then present in this market. Okay, and those agents may not be the shape like a human being, but doing the work, okay, with the human assistant, okay, and demonstrate the capability for you to automatically, using the digital technology, finish some of your routine work. Okay, originally was by the human being, was hands-on work, and was boring work, and take a lot of the time and energy and labor work. Okay, so those type of the direction, okay, was clearly for the next couple of years in Silicon Valley. Also, there's a potential argument or discussion in the field was the interpretability. Okay, that means for the artificial intelligence, right now we keep talking about large language model. Okay, the working pattern is give the question, generate the answer. Okay, currently we saw that from ChatGPT and any other large language model working in that pattern. What's the step by step the interpretation about this logical thinking and reasoning and representation from the question to the answer. Okay. Currently, we treat this as a black box. Okay. We don't know what's inside, but give me the question, I give you the answer. Right now, it's a large language module working in this way. Okay. And this one, for many cases, customer will concern about the why. Okay. Can you give me the witness or verification about each step why you generate such kind of answer? Okay. So far, we cannot provide the perfect solution on that. We treat this as a black box. No matter what question you give me, I treat this module and then I give you the answer. Believe or not, this is my answer. Okay? But this type of situation is not satisfying. Many customer, many user, they try to get the whole procedure transparent. Okay? And try to see what's your logic, what's your evidence, okay? What's the reason you want to generate this kind of answers. So this could be the direction for the future research development and also the new solution generation. Okay. Some people talk about some new technology, is the neuro-symbolic AI. Neural is a neural network. Currently, we use the multiple node and edge, organize the mathematical module, okay, and train this module and generate the functionality similar like the human brain. Okay, so you give me some information and then I generate the conclusion. Okay, so those things can be using symbolic represent each step and then generate the transparent procedure step by step. Finally, we reach our conclusion. Okay. This is related to two fields. One is a pretty old field called the symbolic AI. Okay. Before the neural network was coming, people talking about artificial intelligence used the symbolic represent object. Okay. The human being, the animal, the furniture, whatever the object. Okay. We use the symbolic to represent the feature of the object. And then we do the reasoning. Okay. But the problem is at that moment is not scalable. So far, okay, we have the neural network. We can combine these two fields together, provide the interpretability to the market, to the user. Okay. So the AI, we have that pressure to provide transparent procedure. How can you generate that type of conclusion or solution or answer? Okay. So this is another direction for the AI application. Okay. And also many people are talking about the energy, the efficiency, and the timing, okay, the infrastructure investment. Okay. The good example is in China, there's a new product a couple months ago called DeepSeek. Okay. They use less computing resource, okay, less number of GPU, and generate almost similar performance with the ChatGPT. Okay. They give us an indication is can we optimize our infrastructure, optimize our algorithm, then generate the similar solutions for the same type of the query. Okay. Those thinking actually is long-term efforts for this entire field. Okay. From a digital world, in the artificial intelligence, just one step, we apply the digital technology. We always thinking, can we get something cost-effective? Okay. We save the money, save the labor, save our time, okay, and then achieve our similar performance of our functionality. So we call this is a non-functional requirement. Okay, because functionally, give me the question, I generate the answer. That's a function. Non-functional requirement means how many resources I have to use, how quick I can generate my response, and how efficient my impact system was working. So over 100 years, in the past 100 years, we are working on that direction. Okay? No matter the hardware design or software design and the integration and the multiple digital solution, the non-functional requirement related to the performance, capacity, maintainability, about a couple of parameters measure those non-functional requirements. And TAcc give us the indication is that direction we cannot avoid. Okay? We have to follow that. We cannot invest infinite resource on this field, on this application. Okay? We treat the AI as a digital application. Okay? So those things was pretty hot. Right now, people are talking about the either lower down the rate of the hallucination and increase the transparency for your reasoning. Okay? And also try to minimize, optimize our resource utilization for the entire AI field. Okay? And you can see the latest module on AI, for example, the Grok 3, Cloud, Sonic. Okay. Those type of the large language module make the consideration on the previous mentioned topic. Okay. We try to get the better AI solution, more automatically generate our solution and lower down this fake type of answer and give people more confidence how to use this technology and provide a better application effective. Okay. So it's happy to working with you guys in the future for the those who from the GTC point of view. We try to help people understand what the current trend. And in the AI field, okay, we got so many things. Okay, it's a challenge, and there's a lot of opportunity. You can make a contribution to the AI field. Okay. I hope we can get the opportunity and working together in the later time. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Henry. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lin. We really appreciate a good time with whatever the journey you have in China and on the airplane. Take care.
Okay.
Thanks so much. And always share with me those beautiful pictures, right? Thank you. Moving along. Before we move on to the next speaker, I'd like to introduce first.
TAcc US 的朋友们，大家好！这次非常感谢基金部筹备TAcc USA 的安排，还有以及现大哥的邀请，非常的荣幸可以在这边与各位分享 Silicon Valley 台湾的企业在这边创业或者是开拓市场。需要去注意哪一些的事项？由于这次我回台湾参加 TAcc， 所以没有机会与各位产业的同好在这边做面对面的交流。因此，我这边就透过一个轻松的方式录制了一段 video， 与各位去探讨 Silicon Valley 这边的市场 development。机会与挑战。My name is Terrence， 目前就任于台湾上市公司立端科技，在美国这边外派的总经理。立端成立于1986年，主要提供 solution 在工业电脑 IPC 族群。工业电脑泛指网通、telecom、factory automation、energy、agriculture、defense、smart city、railway transportation。而我们公司呢？主要是专注于电信与网通，提供一个全方位的一个 solution。而矽谷这个新创圣地，全球超过50% 的独角兽或 unicorn 的公司是在矽谷这边，因为它是一个聚集资金、技术、人脉的一个交汇点。 尽管在这边竞争非常的激烈，但是对于台湾的团队来说，仍是一个实现全球化跟 solution 最佳的舞台。当然就是我们不能只靠技术，更要会说故事、找伙伴、懂生态。我这边做一个很快速的 intro about Lemon。Lemon 是 world leader 在 networking 跟 telecom providing， 例如像 network appliances、cybersecurity solutions 跟这个 AGI 的 computations。我们在全球有超过20个 Tier 1的 strong collaboration customers， 跟35个 ecosystem， 而致力于 technology innovation。Lemon 是少数可以将IT、OT、CT 技术整合在一起，提供 solution 给 telco infrastructure。这是 Silicon Valley 的 Tech Map， 每一年都会更新。在 Silicon Valley 给一些 startup 的一些分享注意事项的话，要懂得接触这边的 ecosystem partners 跟 alliances。而在美国的不管是技术、人才、企业环境，它其实是非常的 diverse， 所以要有多元的思维跟多元的文化可以交流。另外就是要 focus 你的 solution 必须 focus 在 problem solving 跟 customer centric。因为这边有非常多各式各样的 solution， 所以找出自己的 differentiate 会非常的重要，并且要就是 localize build very strong local networks， 跟你的 ecosystem partners， 跟你的 customers， 还有各式各样的non-profit 的 resource understand government 的 policies。最重要的话就是 hiring。虽然在 Silicon Valley 这边人才非常的多，但是你要知道，你必须要去跟这么多 tech company 去抢人才，跟大公司抢人才，所以如何在人才 business development 的 budget 去找到一个最佳的 balance 非常重要。另外最后就是很重要，就是要 embrace AI。现在在这个时代，如果我们不与 AI embrace 或者是投资 AI， 是没有竞争力，是无法生存的。embrace AI， 这是近期非常火的一个议题。Made in USA, America again。由于美国新政府的关税政策，对于全球的经济与前景造成了非常多不确定的影响，而美国对很多台湾的供应链来说，其实都是一个非常重要、充满机会跟主要的市场。因此呢，了解 MEGA 的相关政策，对台湾的企业跟供应链来说也是非常的重要的。而我们公司在美国也加码投资美国，特别是在 Made in USA 的部分，因为台湾的企业其实大部分都还是 ODM 跟制造业，所以除了原本的 System Assembly 组装线之外，我们也会增加 SAP line， 提供客户在关税政策下不同的 option 以及成本的结构，达到客户成本最佳化，并做到更多 local service。Key challenges for startups 在美国这边新创的一些挑战。First of all， 缺乏在地的 local networks 与人才。像我切身的经历就是来美国的第一年就遇到了当时的业务老板的离职，如何一步一步的建立新的团队，并持续的了解市场，做市场开发，是一个非常重要的课题。最重要的就是 never give up， 也是造就我们公司这么多年来可以在美国慢慢的累积客户群以及我们自己的这个 brand awareness。第二个部分就是 regulation IP 跟这个 legal， 这么多年在美国的经验，其实也遇过很多种官司，交了不少的学费，所以任何的新创一定对于美国当地的法规要非常的了解，要准备好，并且要有好的这个律师与会计师。那另外一个就是一个 business model 的这个 gap， 因为很多台湾企业都太着重于 engineering 或者是 product， 但缺乏了 market mindset 或 go to market strategy。而美国是一个非常市场导向的环境，所以过度的工程导向就会造成就是你的awareness 跟你的品牌是很难打开的。下一个就是 brand awareness， 因为你在美国的市场有非常多年的经验，其实要做 brand awareness 是要花非常大的一个心力的。就像我们公司是以networking为主，但是工业电脑其实是360行。我们如何从 networking 要跨到 automation 或者是 transportation， 难度就基本上就是会比较高一点。找到方法，建立成功的模式跟 use case， 并 replicate 这些模式非常重要。再来就是美国每一州都是不同的 regulation 与文化，所以了解当地的语言文化的差异，对于进入市场非常的重要。给 go to market and ecosystem strategy 如何进入市场，找到对的 partner 非常的重要。在一个如此开放与充满机会的时代与市场，光靠自己是不可能打天下的，所以我们必须要跟人家合作，打群架。因此呢，找到自己的目标市场与熟悉你的产业伙伴非常的重要。而在美国有非常多的资源与活动，所以多参加 shows、webinar、seminar， 或者是一些不同的 campaign， 对于产业合作会非常有帮助。如果能够再结合政府与商会的资源，可以更快速的进入市场，设定一个很完整的 go-to-market strategy， 并且可以快速提供 POC（Proof of Concept）， 以客户为尊、客户导向，解决客户与市场的问题，会非常的重要。更重要的就是要有赚钱的能力，不管是协助客户赚到钱，或是帮客户省很多钱，才是一个完整的策略。最后，我这边就来做一个 summary。对于想要进军美国的startup， 在这个充满机会与挑战的时代与市场，现在拥抱 AI 是一个最重要的主轴。如何找到门当户对的伙伴，以及找到如何增加 leads， 还有 understand regulations localize， 都会是进入这个市场非常重要的。那如同我今天的分享，如何帮客户解决问题 ，customer centric， 并可以快速的提供 POC， 会是快速进入市场非常重要的，并整合了解当地资源，对于 startups 有非常大的一个帮助。而我们Lena 非常荣幸在美国这个市场深耕了多年，同时间我们也致力于透过科技去改善跟改变人类的生活。我们也希望未来可以跟更多的台湾的企业一起合作，去创造更多价值给我们的客户与市场。所以今天的分享就到这里，各位有任何想要继续交流的，未来都欢迎与我交流。我们也期望 Startups 的老板继续的创新与挑战，也希望你们在美国未来都可以成功，然后在 AI 的新时代里面一起为人类创造价值，最后让世界需要你，而不是你追着世界跑。谢谢各位。
The last 10-15 minutes, just try to share with you those challenge. Remember, share with you? Opportunities always come together with a challenge. And the challenge happen to be those beyond your imaginations. At the same time, you mentioned about networking. That's why I always share with everyone, including my younger brother. I said, it's not really how many people you know. Listen carefully. It's not how many people you know, as far as networking. It's whom you know. And then furthermore, it's not whom you know, it's how much you know him or her. So the networking is not just how many in your contact of your cell phone. It's whenever you pick up the phone, you call this person, whether he's a governor or Dr. Fong or whoever, he or she will answer the phone and talk with you on subject you want to talk with. So networking, in some cases, it seems to be very simple and an easy case, but it takes time to build it up in depth. And to the person, to the level that you build up the trust that that person will share with you from bottom of his or her heart. Knowing each other is only the beginning. Communicating with that person from bottom of your heart and his heart, her heart, that's the end result. That's the goal. And that takes time. And also how you show your sincerity. So that's what I feel most lucky and fortunate that today, after 51 years, I'm only 79 years old, to be honest, but I'm still able to have so many experts whenever I need their help. Say, come on down, work with me on this GTG for 17 startup in Taiwan on the Friday, June the 15th. You better be here, either online or in person. They say, yes, sir. That is trust. That's what I feel very honored. And that's what I would like to give this advice to all of the junior, all the young professionals, that your products are wonderful, but that's only the beginning. At one time, my wife was very proud sharing with you, Golly, I can open a restaurant because I can cook this dish so nice that you, my husband, will enjoy. I said, no, that's not enough. You got to be marketable. Make sure that in the restaurant, this dish can be sold to number 10, 100, or even 1,000 customers. So your product will be only good if they can be sold to the investor, to your client, to everyone they want to push for. Otherwise, you can only leave the products on the wall in your ivory tower. So that's what I would like to honestly share with you. Don't be like those geniuses, only enjoy those certificates in the ivory tower that no second person happened to appreciate. Thank you.